Cluck, cluck, chicken lady here. First off, apologies. I had every intention of starting this video like I did my last one with another ukulele song, just short little clip of one. But guess what? I'll tell y'all all about this in a minute. Apologies. Cluck, cluck. Alright, so cluck, cluck, welcome back to our front porch series. Yeah. Real treat for you today, first off, okay? We're going to be really doing the front porch right. We got some beans. Now, these are actually these are Blue Lake pole beans, so they don't have strings. So we're literally just snapping today. Every now and then you'll come across one that might have a string. So I am cheating a bit too with it. Alright, so let's talk about this real quick. I had practiced a song for y'all. I just going to tell you, it's why I picked this wig, is I wanted to do Kiss the Girl from the Little Mermaid soundtrack. And this morning, just I don't know, maybe an hour ago, I'm outside with the chickens and I just barely caught a glimpse of something. I thought it was Lucy at first, but then I remembered my husband saying he saw a fox. I think it was Saturday, midday. So that immediately went in my head, and I said, I better go check that out. So as I started walking around where I saw it, I came within 5 feet of it. And I'm pretty sure it's a juvenile fox. I'm not like an expert on foxes, but it was pretty small. And same color as Lucy, but just it was a fox. And it actually paused for a minute, and we had a good like 5-second stare down. And I was like, go! And anyway, I had to like chase it a little bit. And anyway, wet grass, slip, because instinct caught myself. I'm pretty sure it's fine. It's just, it's like a little bit swollen and it hurts to move. So I'm just stabilizing right now and think it's probably best that I don't play ukulele for a minute. So there's that. We're done with that. Front porch time. All right. So the Blue Lake beans. I have rinsed these off, but I'm probably going to rinse them off again before I put them in a pot. So the way that oh no. I'm going to pause this for a minute because I forgot to get something to put the tips in. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I keep pretty much any kind of part of any plant. Either I do something with it or I put it in compost. So I forgot to get a bucket for that. So let's see. Snappity snap. So what one thing that one person did suggest that we talk about is some of my favorite, y'all are gonna hear Duchess, some of my favorite and when I snap them I'm about an inch, my favorite neighbor memory. And I actually have a lot of those, but a lot of them, like crazy incidents. A lot of them, though, I don't know if it would be appropriate for this channel. So I've been trying to think and rack my brain about a really cool neighbor experience. And I'm not sure if I have one. If I pause this again, it's going to be to go lock Duchess somewhere. Ever since I've been sitting on the front porch a lot, that cat, see, remember I told y'all something, every now and then you'll find one? Found one. That cat has been wanting to be near me. She doesn't really want to be near me. She just wants to be outside, which I let her outside, but only when I'm able to constantly look at her, because she will run off and we will never find her. And she's not suited to be out in the wild. She would die in the first night. So that's why she's not allowed out, at least while I'm recording, because I'm not going to be able to constantly watch her and find out where she goes. So, favorite Neighbor memory. So of course I have lots of memories of like kids. The friends that I had growing up were typically either my neighbors or my cousins. So I have a lot of those memories. But as far as adult memories go, typically I stay away from my neighbors as adults. I know that sounds horrible. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, you know, I'll tell you about a neighbor problem I'm having right now. I have a person who's lets their dogs out every now and then, and it's only during the day. Fortunately, I don't know, it might be better if they let them out at night because then my chickens would be put up. But they'll try to come in and chase around. So I don't blame the dog for this. It's their instinct. But it does cause me a little bit of stress, and causes my birds a little bit of stress when it happens. So I've been meaning to just talk to her and be like, you know, look, I don't blame the dog. It's their instinct. I get it. But is there a solution we can find with this? I also don't expect you to just keep your dog tied up or fenced in. But I'm enjoying letting my birds free range, so I don't want them being killed because of that. And if the dog does actually kill one of my birds, I will be mad at it. So as of right now, we're just kind of watching for the dogs. It honestly doesn't happen much, but just, you know, every now and then. So I guess the memory that keeps coming back when I think about it, I was an adult, but it was just so funny. So it was actually two of my other neighbors, one that was kind of right below me, and then one a little bit farther down below me. We got our water from a spring on the mountain. Everybody got their water from up there. And every now and then you'd have somebody who came in there and maybe was trying to fix their water, and something would happen, and maybe it'd knock somebody else's hose out of place or whatever. So then I guess that's what happened. And the one neighbor that was a little bit farther below came up to this neighbor, and I'm listening to this, I'm hearing it, and he knocks on his door and he says, "You broke my water, now I'm gonna break your skull with a clucking hammer," because he had a hammer in his hand, and except he didn't say clucking either, he said something else. And I mean, and he was getting ready to just kill this man over because he knocked his water hose out. That's one memory that just always pops up. It was actually like, it's like one of those things you have to be there, and you also have to know these people because it's just hilarious. So there's my crazy neighbor story. So lots of funny stuff going on with the birds. We got some roosters trying to crow, but they're not very good at it, so that's fun. That's funny. Let's see. Something really funny happened the other day, and I can't remember what now. It made me laugh so hard, though. But yeah, these birds are very funny. So we have Kezzy, by the way, who is just absolutely thinks she's a duck. I mean, a lot of my chickens do, but she like really, really does. Like, we will laugh because, speaking of the neighbor, that neighbor that I was just talking about with the dogs just pulled in. Keep your dogs over there. I'm snapping beans on the porch. You don't want to mess with me. So, Kezzy, she just really thinks she's a duck. Like, it was raining, and all the other chickens will stand out in the rain with the ducks because I think that they think they're ducks also. But at some point, they do eventually get tired of it, and they'll go, like, find some place to sit under. And not Kezzy. She's just out there with the ducks like, oh, this is fun, even though you can tell she really doesn't think it's fun at all. She just thinks she's supposed to think it's fun because the ducks think it's fun. So it's hilarious. World event. Let's talk about some world events. Okay, first off, You know, I haven't talked about the Titanic sub. That's crazy, right? Now, I'm not one of these people who are like, oh, that's so stupid. I can't believe that they would even do that to begin with. As soon as I heard about it, like when it very first went missing, before we knew it was a tragedy, I looked at my husband and was like, did you know that was a thing? He was like, no. And both of us were like, we want to go. We would, if we had the money, we would totally do it. Well, not now. But it's probably a good thing that, well, it's not a good thing that this happened, but it brought awareness to the safety issues, because I realize that there is some controversy there, because people think of the Titanic as a graveyard, and it is, and I get that. But it's also just a once in a lifetime, you know, opportunity to see history, in my opinion. So yeah, I probably, before this, I probably, if had I known about it and I had the money, I would have absolutely went and saw the Titanic and maybe died. But yeah, uh, I know that we can see it through video, you know, James Cameron and stuff like that, but it's just not the same. But, you know, prayers go out to the family. I know it was a horrible tragedy. It really was. It sounds like it could have been prevented also. So that's sad. So what else is going on? You know, I don't pay much attention to world events much anymore. Biden, crazy as ever. Trump, crazy as ever. We ain't got no future. I mean, I don't talk politics on here. You know, I'll talk a little bit of politics. I'm all for RFKJ. RFKJ, is that how? That's what I say. That's what I call him. RFKJ. Now, don't get me wrong. I think, for example, John F. Kennedy, I think he just didn't have a chance to really mess too much up. I don't think he was like the greatest president ever. And you know, Robert didn't even get a chance. And I am a conspiracy theorist, so y'all can imagine what I think about that. But yeah, I'm one of the reasons why I tend to, because I grew up a Democrat. My family's very Democrat. One of the reasons why I tend to really take a step back from any political party at this time, but especially the Democrat Party, is because, you know, it's not the Kennedy era Democrats anymore. It's different, and some people might say that's for the better. You know, yeah, everybody has their opinion. So I almost, this is almost like what I want to happen is this, to bring the Kennedy Democrat Party back. I think that'd be awesome. Because let's face it, if John F. Kennedy were to run today, I mean, he'd be more like a Republican than he would a Democrat. It's just the way that the party has evolved. I'm not saying there's anything bad. I'm not being political too much here. I'm just giving my point of view. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to get the nomination, but I'm excited about the possibility. So, but I will tell you, I've not voted Democrat in the past 2 elections because I don't like the way it's going. Because I was brought up as a Kennedy Democrat. So, there's that. My porch is slowly coming together. I got a citronella plant, which is supposed to help with the bugs. I'm sure y'all are seeing bugs floating around. These are bees that are flying around me. I think that citronella mainly helps with mosquitoes. So, and we are, you probably can't see it. I've got a new hanging plant right there. We're slowly getting it together. It's going to be pretty when it's done. I can't wait to show y'all. Oh, let me grab it. I want to find out. This is just interesting. I want to know what y'all call them. Hold on. Y'all know these little plants that they replicate and they slowly... There we go. What do y'all call those? They've got tons of different names. I think it's actually called like a Echeveria or something like that. I can't pronounce it. But we always called them hens and chicks, actually. So I'm just curious as to what y'all call them. So we did make our very first batch of pasta. Yum, 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 yum. We didn't make, the pasta was store-bought. Sorry, I should have said spaghetti sauce. And the spaghetti sauce was so good. Now, my husband says he thinks it's the best that he's ever made. Because my husband is the one that makes it. He's so good at it. It's up there. I don't know if it's the best he's ever made. He's made some pretty good sauces before, but it was really good. And we actually didn't do, the reason why I keep saying pasta is because we did opt for penne this time instead of spaghetti. We know spaghetti's my favorite, but honestly, any pasta with tomato sauce is what I like. But I do still prefer a spaghetti pasta. So, I'm on egg watch right now because the younger hens should be starting to lay any day now. Basically, if they were to start today, like absolutely start today, it would be the early side, but they are officially at the age where they could be laying. I'm not going to be disappointed if I don't see them laying for another month. So, it's just how it goes. Let them go at their own speed. Y'all, I'm trying to keep these videos kind of short for y'all, but I am nowhere even close to finishing these beans. So I'm going to need some of y'all to come over and help. What do y'all think? Yeah, I was super excited about singing that song for y'all today because also I let somebody borrow my ukulele that y'all usually see. And so I was going to be using my other ukulele, which y'all haven't seen, which is newer. But for some reason, my other ukulele is just my go-to. So I don't use this one much, but it's an electric acoustic ukulele. And I was even thinking about plugging it up for y'all while I played. Playing an electric version of that song. But my husband says I'm oblivious to my surroundings. That's the same neighbor. We know what that means. By the way, I'm just kidding about that. I call everybody a drug addict who comes and goes real quick. It's an inside joke. But yeah, so we will try to get that song for sure. Maybe I'll do a standalone video for it since I didn't get to do it today. So Front Porch series, I'm seriously thinking about trying to do it at least twice a week, maybe more, and doing some lives with it too. Because live is pretty much the only way I can imagine getting a guest on for this. I mean, I guess I could still pre-record it, but I think it'd be more fun live. Let me know what you think. I'm going to finish these beans off. We're at a pretty long, without the song, we talked a while. So, love y'all. Can't wait to do this more. Let's shoot for Wednesday or Thursday. Let's shoot for doing another Front Porch session then, okay? Cluck, cluck.